Hello. Today's joke of the day will be a little bit different. It's actually going to be a little sleight of hand using mathematics. So this is simple arithmetic. You would have probably learned it somewhere between kindergarten and fifth grade. So it shouldn't be a challenge. However, you might find it fun to spring it on your friends and show them your astute abilities without having to exercise a great deal of brain power. So the first one's about a hotel clerk who was working the late evening shift, and three men walked in, and they were all tired, and they said, "We need a room for the night. How much will it be? We want to split the cost three ways." So the cost of the room was $25, and the clerk thought a moment and realized he didn't have the skills to divide 25 by 3, and so he told them it would be $30, and they each gladly gave him $10 apiece. He handed them their keys, and they went off up to the room. A few minutes later, the night manager came in, looked at what he had done, and said, "You've overcharged for this room. You need to refund their money." And the guy said, "Well, it was difficult to do, and it was just easy to do $10 a piece." He said, "Well, here it is." He reached in and grabbed five $1 bills out of the till, handed them to the clerk, and said, "Go up to the room and tell them that you charged them too much and give them their money back." As he climbed the stairs to the room, it occurred to him that he still had the same problem because he could not divide evenly 5 by 3. So he knocked on the door. They answered the door. He reached in his pocket. He pulled out three $1 bills. He said, "I overcharged you for your room. I charged you 10. I should have charged you 9. So here's $1 refund for each of you." And so they each gladly received their dollar. And the clerk turned around and walked back down the stairs to tell his manager he had done his job, having pocketed $2 for himself. Now the problem is this. Each of the men paid $27, or $9, which 3 times 9 is 27. However, the clerk received $30 for the room, and he still had $2 in his pocket. So they paid $9 apiece for the room, but 30 minus 2 is 28. Have fun figuring that one out. Thank you. The second one goes like this. There were three brothers whose father died, and they had 17 horses. The father left in his will that the oldest brother would get half of the horses, the middle brother would get a third of the horses, and the youngest brother would get 1/9 of the horses. And as they looked in the corral where they had put the horses, they figured out that 17 did not divide evenly by any of those numbers. About that time, the neighbor come riding by on his horse. They explained the dilemma to him, and he said, "Oh, I can help with this." So he got off his horse and led his horse into the corral and shut the gate. Then he started working on the brother's horses, and he said, "Okay, now there's 18 horses, so the oldest brother will get 9 of the horses." And so that was 1/2. He said, "The second brother is to get 1/3 of the horses," and so he pulled out 6 more horses for the middle brother. So 9 plus 6, now he's got 15. Then he says the oldest brother gets 1/9 of the horses, so 18 divided by 9 would be 2, so he gave the brother his 2 horses. So the oldest brother had 9, the middle had 6, the youngest had 2. 9 plus 6 plus 2 is 17, so the man took his horse and rode off. You can figure that one out in your spare time. Hope you've enjoyed it. Sorry it's not my normal witty humor, but we will resume that the next time. Bye.